keep on believing and stick with that one good thought and that little voice in the back that tells you all these incredible things that you could do and that you could be. Hi Jupiterines! So today I'm coming with a video to you. It's spontaneous location here in Brooklyn. We're in Williamsburg and I wanted to talk to you about a topic that had me for the past, I would say, a few days, maybe a little bit longer. It had me in this place where I was so emotionally feeling heavy and I couldn't figure out why, because there wasn't anything bad happening in my life. Quite the opposite. There were things that were happening that were so exciting. Like I got this amazing testimonial for a client. My relationship with my husband is like every single day better and better. I am doing what I love. I started my YouTube channel and being consistent with it. Yes, there's a lot to learn and improve and grow. But like, if I look at my life, I am in the best place I have ever been, right? But for some reason, I felt very emotionally like heavy, right? And I felt sad and I was like crying it sometimes. And I was like, but why am I crying? You know, and I'm a woman. So I'm like, I'm not on my period. So that's definitely not it. You know, like otherwise, like my diet, everything has been the same. So I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I was like observing, looking, doing my best to view the emotions, take it easy. So I feel like where I'm in my life right now, so many amazing things are happening. I am getting on the right track with my life, with what I want to do. I'm becoming more creative. I don't have anybody in my family that's creative that actually took that path, because in my family that's like a no-no. You can't live from that creative life. And I am doing it, you know, slowly. It's taking time, it's taking energy, but I am on that path and I am doing exactly what I want to do. And I have a relationship that I want, and I'm creating a community of friends that have the same values and live a similar life to mine, where they're creative and they really care about making a difference in the world and supporting others. So what I found myself is I don't know how to take all of that in. I don't feel worthy of it, because most of my life I was around people who did not show me what love is. They didn't show me what worthiness feels like. You know, they didn't tell me, Miljana, you're worthy of this. They always usually would beat me down and say, well, you're not good enough for that. You can't do this and you can't be that. And what do you want to do? That's crazy. You know, you should just focus on, I don't know, getting a 9-to-5 job and just do that. Or have kids. Why don't you have kids yet? Or, you know, why are you traveling the world? Like, it's a waste of time. Like, so what did you get out of that? You know, I mean, you don't have children. So if you don't have kids and you don't have a really large salary and you don't have a husband, I have a husband now, but you know, very recently I didn't. It was just like this pressure, but it was so negative and always talking about how you're not good enough. You don't have enough. You don't do enough. You are like, you're not capable. And living most of my life with that, and now being in a stage where I feel good, it actually, when a lot of good things happen, it actually brings me down. So what I felt this past week has been, and I'm getting emotional right now, it's been like mourning this part of me that is not for me anymore. And that is that part of me that doesn't get nice things, doesn't live this beautiful life that she desires, and doesn't believe in herself, doesn't go after her dreams. And this whole year has really been like that, and I've been working on it for definitely for at least a few years, where I've been trying to heal and clean up and do things. And I feel that now, because I've done so much work and I feel so good in my life, and though I'm not exactly where I wanted to be, I am on the path. I feel like I am mourning that girl. I am letting go of her. I am becoming this woman that I desire to be. And that, of in its own, it's a process, because when you come from such a negative background, what happens, at least what happens to me, is I automatically go to all the things that I don't have. Oh, well, my salary is not the way I want it to be. I don't have the apartment that I would like to be. I don't live in a neighborhood that I want it to be. I'm not traveling the world, which I really want to do. I would like to do more stuff for my husband, I would like to do more stuff with him. I would like to do more things with people in the community who are majorly committed to making a difference. So then I go and I have this list of what I don't have because it's so automatic. But now there's one key thing, and that is I get to recognize when I'm there. And the thing that I want to leave you with today, and that is no matter how shitty life gets and how challenging it gets and the shitty people that you have around, that many times there are people who are supposed to support you, give you love, tell you how great you are, show you that, or give you experiences that you can yourself learn and see your greatness. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you have parents that are not supporting or they're not in your life, just work on yourself, okay? I don't care how old or how young you are. If you're seeing this video, it really, really makes a difference for you to focus on yourself. It's very important. It's very important that you don't change. If you're a good person, if you find yourself being a good person and doing good in this world, and you feel like people are taking advantage of you, they probably are. But I do want to give you one very good pointer that has served me in my life. I had certain values that I wouldn't change them. I would always do the best that I can, even when I'm around shitty people, right? I would do the best that I can, but I will not stay around. I will treat them the most I can, with the most respect, with the most love, with the most care. I would not change who I am for them, or because they have done me wrong. That I can't say that I've never been upset before and said something mean to someone or done something that might have hurt someone. I'm human, and no denial that I have done things that sometimes I'm like, I'm not the most proud. Maybe I shouldn't have said that thing. That bad word, curse someone out or anything like that, because it has happened. I'm human and it hurts. It hurts to be mistreated. However, what I have done is continue to work on myself. I will always ask myself, why? Why am I here? What can I do? How can I do it without giving up on myself? There's this idea that we have to do everything for others, and it's true. When we do things for others, there is definitely, it feels really good. I still do so many things for others. My purpose is connected to others, right? It gives me benefit, but it has a greater purpose, and it benefits other people as well who need my help, my support, motivation, my story sharing. So I want to leave you with this idea to not give up on those little beliefs. If you're going through a really hard time, you will have 1,000 examples and reasons, negative ones, why things could not work, why your life will never get better, why you couldn't do better, why you will never meet the right person, or you never be around the right people. You will find so many of those examples, but you will find at least one that will show you and prove you otherwise. So I want you to remember that one example and focus on that one example. And while you're focusing on that one example, work on yourself. Get help. If you need to get a therapist, or you need to get a coach or a mentor, if you can't afford, there's a lot of groups that offer mentors, or your schools, a lot of schools offer mentors, especially for young kids and colleges and stuff like that, which I think is the most difficult time for some people. I guess it depends on everybody, but majority of people, I would say, have their challenges when they're really young because they're discovering themselves. So keep on believing and stick with that one good thought and that little voice in the back that tells you all these incredible things that you could do and that you could be. Please keep that voice and just work on you. And while you meet the shitty people, do your best to find an environment where you're supported, loved. And in the beginning, it's not easy because the way you are inside, like if you're hurt and betrayed and mistreated, you're most likely going to attract those type of people around you. And it's going to take a while for you to actually bring in other people. But I can give you one thing that could help you. For example, I went through a lot of hard time in high school, right? But in high school, there were a few people who actually were there for me. They listened to me, they gave me advice, and out of all the other people that I met that I felt like were giving me a really hard time, like bullied or at home having an abusive stepmom and dad who knows how to really manipulate himself out of everything, in the end whose responsibility is actually his, but he makes it seem like it's not, like he hasn't done anything around that. Subscribe to my channel, share your story. Do you struggle with worth and self-acceptance of the greatest things that life gives you? How is that for you? And please subscribe to my channel, put a like on this video if you liked it, and yeah, thank you again for your time and for your energy. Bye, chupirines.